So I'm just kind of curious for you guys, which between Facebook and Twitter do you guys prefer as a social media outlet to interact with me? Because right now I've been favoring more Facebook just in general, just because I like Facebook more, but if you guys would like me to interact on Twitter more with you guys, I would just like to know, because blah 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 blah, because, you know, if I'm supposed to be interacting with you guys, it should be where you prefer. So if you prefer Twitter or Facebook as far as that goes, because I can do either or, I just, you know, Facebook affinity, but just figured I'd ask. But anyways, hey guys, well, we got a game here today against mootypwns, aka Alina. You know, like 10th fucking time this has happened, but hey, we always have good games, so who can judge, right? This team, it's pretty fucking standard. I shouldn't have to really explain it, but yeah, I've used it before too, so there's that. But anyways, her team, I'm noticing just right off the bat, Manic Trick is going to be mega fucking important. I need to remove the Latios and the Gorgeist as soon as possible, because those things can really hurt my Manic Trick a bit, and if I get those out of the way, it should be a bit easier for me. So main goals, keep around Scizor, keep around something, take down Gorgeist, and I should be okay. But leads, I figured going with Manic Trick would be good just because Mega at first turn go for Volt Switch, and I figured she might go with like Talonflame or something, or even the T-Tar would have been okay, but she leaves with Latios. I'm like, okay, I'll just Mega up Outspeed, hit her with a Volt Switch, but then I realized right when I clicked the Mega button, or right when I clicked Volt Switch, I was like, wait a second, I don't get the speed boost on Megaing. But luckily for me, she's actually a modest Latios, as far as I can tell, so I'm able to actually outspeed and get the Volt Switch off still, which works out for me, and I can just go into Scizor to take whatever hit, which happened to be the Psyshock, and then U-turn as she goes into the Rotom, which has the Citrus Berry. I guess it was supposed to be for VGCs, but whatevs. But now I'm going to go into Breloom just because I know that'll scare out the Rotom, and I might as well just go for the Bullet Seed just to hit whatever. Might as well see what's going on. Goes in the Gorgeist, which it does a little bit, but I only get 2 hits off, so it's not the hugest thing in the world. But here I'm gonna have to switch out. There's nothing I really want to go out to though, because the things that I have to kill Pumpkaboo, I don't want taking a Will-O-Wisp or a Seed Bomb, mainly the Will-O-Wisp factor. So I go to Rotom figuring I can just take that and then retaliate with my own Will-O-Wisp to cripple her and then work from there. Which she goes to the Seed Bomb, which perfect that Will-O-Wisp hit first of all. And yeah, so I get her burned and Seed Bomb is luckily not doing much. So here I'm gonna figure, okay, if she stays in I don't really care, but there is a chance she could switch out, and I might as well just see what she's gonna want to do first and go for the Hydro Pump. And she decided to stay in and try and go for Leech Seed, which she misses unfortunately, which is actually kind of annoying for her because that little bit of extra recovery would have helped, but you know, actually it will come into play later now that I realize. It does actually come into play later, but here I decided to go for Pain Split, figuring I might be able to get a good amount of health back from that, which I get an okay amount from the Latios, but not like too incredibly much. And here I figure since I'm special defensive, I might be able to take a hit if she's not Specs, but she probably is Specs, so she just takes me down with the Draco Meteor. I mean, otherwise the only thing she could be is Extra Belt, but I was hoping maybe I could take a hit and then just Volt Switch, but no dice, I die, so It's not like the extra damage from Leech Seed would have mattered on that instance, but I was talking about Gorgeist's health being where it is. But anyways, bring in Landers. I figured she would just switch out, so I take the opportunity to get up these Stealth Rocks, and then I can just U-turn, knowing that my Landers should outspeed most Rotom unless they run a ton of speed investment. So just gonna U-turn out into the Manic Trick to take any hit Rotom really wants to go with, and she decides to go for Discharge. So yeah, it's pretty much a VGC Rotom as far as I can tell. But you know, yeah. I mean, it still works in Wi-Fi, it just doesn't have the Volt Switch, so, or leftovers. But anyways, T-Tar comes in on my Manic Trick, and I'm just gonna straight up Volt Switch out because I have to. And the choice of Volt Switching will be the Landorus, because Landorus is a good Pokemon, I don't know. Plus the Intimidate factor, so get the Intimidate off, and yeah, Stone Edge misses, so that's actually really good for me. I mean, I can't remember if it plays in later or not, but, you know, the extra damage is always nice to avoid. I just don't remember if it matters or not, but it probably does somehow. But anyways, I just U-turn with Landers because I knew T-Tar wouldn't want to stay, and Togekiss comes in. I'm like, okay, Manic Trick should scare it out, and I should just be able to get a nice Volt Switch off on whatever, or just hopefully take down the Togekiss. But it looks like this Togekiss has a bit more of a defensive build, so what I'm gonna have to do here is go into Scizor to take whatever it's going to go with. And again, well, first of all, she went for Dazzling Gleam, which did a good chunk. But again, I'm thinking she's going to want to switch out, not wanting to sack Togekiss like that. So I go for U-turn, but she just stays in again and goes for Dazzling Gleam, but it doesn't matter too much because now I think she's in range of sand to die, which she is, so Token Kiss goes down and I get main Electric in. So, you know, I can bait out whatever wants to come in, which happens to be the T-Tower, so I'm just going to do the good old Volt Switch again. And this time I'm going to decide to go into Breloom because just in case she has a move specifically for landers, I figured Breloom would be a good thing to come in. Plus, honestly, I don't care that much about fucking Breloom. I knew Breloom wasn't going to be that useful in the first place, so I'm like, okay, if I'm going to sack anything, it should be Breloom, and then I can take it from there, which Crunch doesn't do too much, so whatever. But I go for Mach Punch just for safety purposes. I didn't really care if the Gourgeist came in, because, like I said before, I really don't care about this fucking Breloom at this point. But I'm actually able to, first of all, score a crit right there, but I score a 5-hit Bullet Seed, which, if she had the Leech Seed recovery, and if I didn't get that crit, that Gourgeist still would have been alive. Not that it would have mattered too much, because I did have things to retaliate with, so, whatever. But, here she just brings in the Talonflame and just kills me with Acrobatics, which means she can come in one more time with Talonflame as opposed to having a Brave Bird. But go to main Electric because I figured with the Intimidate I should be able to take an Acrobatics, so then I can just retaliate with a Thunderbolt. Because I figured, yeah, I think her last Pokemon was, or one of her last was T-Tar anyways, and then the other, and then the Latios is still around. So I just want to get as much damage off as possible. There's no reason to really Volt Switch just because that sped everything. So Latios comes in, and I'm just going to Volt Switch that, and I was actually surprised I've taken that T-Tar with the Thunderbolt just straight up there, but I'm going to go into Scizor right here because I figured I could take a hit and then retaliate with a Bullet Punch, and then hopefully, like, get extra damage off on the Talonflame, but unfortunately, I am not able to live a Side Shock, which really sucks, but I can just go into Greninja and just go for the U-turn and take it out, because you always got to be U-turning. Remember, there's always got to be U-turn somewhere. Volt Switch isn't enough. But anyways, lol, 69 on my Electric. But yeah, just bring in my Electric, because I think that was actually my last, well, I had the Lander still, but I was like, might as well bring in my Electric. But yeah, Talonflame comes in, just tries to Acrobatics me, just short of the kill. If it was Brave Bird, it would have killed, but then again, I wouldn't have got the Hilarity Flamethrower kill. I mean, she's gonna die from sand anyway, so it was game at that point, but, you know, might as well try and do something, right? But, yeah, anyways, that is the game. GG Alina. It's always fun. I gotta actually try and get some VGC games with her, but, I gotta get some VGC games in general, which I'm hopefully gonna do soon. Like, I've tried to do a couple, but I don't know, the moment I go on Wi-Fi for VGC, I just immediately start playing fucking terrible, and all the games I've had have been really bad, so hopefully I can actually start playing not like shit in VGCs and actually play like I do on Showdown, but, you know, hopefully that'll happen soon. But anyways, that'll be for this, so hope you guys enjoyed. Such blah, recommend, sub, and later guys.